You never know what you'll find in the back of a Volvo 240 wagon. As an accessory, I really like the cargo cover. I don't know about you, I tend to put a lot of things in the back of my Volvo. And this is just a good way to cover it up. It looks a little less unsightly than what you have in there. You can hide it from people who may want to have it for their own. Alright, we don't need a whole lot to install this. I got mine off of eBay quite a long time ago, like years now. The thing about it was it didn't have any hardware, so I had to 3D print some. I used a PLA instead of an ABS. This was my first time 3D printing anything. They turned out though, and they're very usable, and I'm quite happy with them, considering I had looked for a long time for hardware and was unable to procure any. As for the hooks to hold it in the extended position, these I just went to Menards, went over to the hook section. I'll put a link to what I used. And I'm going to switch out the original mounting screws with old Volvo 240 screws. So you also need a screwdriver and a drill with about a 30-second bit on it. Okay, so before we get very far into the project, it's a really good time to rewind the spring a little. That way it retracts better when it goes back into the housing. This process isn't very complicated, but if it goes wrong, it can take quite a while and most of your patience to fix. So let's take a look at that quick before we get going. If you don't have a friend to help you out, just use your foot and squeeze together the ends as if it was in the car, and then roll the cover all the way out of the housing until you get to the very end, just like this, being very careful not to lose your grip at either end. Once you get to the metal bar, what you can do then is push the housing apart. You'll feel it push apart and lock into place. Okay, what that's going to do, it's going to hold the spring while you very carefully let go. Now, while holding the ends out in the locked position, go ahead and wind the end, or in this case, we're actually winding the pole. So just make sure the end goes in the same direction as indicated on it. As you tighten, you're going to hear two different sounds. One's more like a pop and one's more of a click. As you want the cover to be tighter, you want to hear the click. Just like that. Rolling it back in. You have to squeeze the ends together to take it out of the locked position, but you have to be very careful not to let it just roll really quickly and snap back into storage position. So carefully squeeze together and then roll a little bit at a time. The back seat, there is a notch that you'll see clearly for the cargo cover. We just have to drill our holes in there. Same thing on the other side. And just like that, we have our cargo cover installed. The Volvo 240 wagon keeps getting a little bit better each day. All right, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode.